Inside OOH.
The 2nd of August 2026. Thndr's first OOH move breaks every CTA rule on purpose. By the end of July, Thndr made its first OOH appearance, and it wasn't a conventional one. The investment app built its name on doing things differently, so it entered the category the same way, with an anti-marketing campaign anchored by a single line, Matnazel's Thndr, don't download Thndr, set in black across a bright yellow backdrop, Thndr's own branding framing the statement rather than competing with it. Thndr launched in Egypt in 2019, turning the investment journey from a trip to a brokerage into a tap on a smartphone. Since then, the brand has kept its marketing efforts almost entirely digital until now. This first OOH appearance marks a milestone every brand serious about growth in the Egyptian market eventually has to cross. The moment a business steps out of the feed and into the street. As a first-timer, Thndr couldn't afford a soft entrance. First impressions don't get a second draft, and the brand clearly understood the assignment. The rollout leaned into don't download Thndr as an unconventional teaser, but never let the tease outrun the brand. Thndr kept its own identity front and center, making sure the reach this campaign earned converted into recall, not just noise. The line does real strategic work. It's a pattern interruption. A curiosity gap dropped into an audience numb to the usual call to action. Ad blindness sets in when every board says, download now. A board that says the opposite is the one people actually stop for. And what people stop for, they talk about word-of-mouth chatter that sooner or later shows up in the click-through rate. There's a second, quieter benefit, pre-filtering. Don't download Thndr carries its own exclusivity, the implication that this app isn't for everyone. That framing filters out the low-intent downloads that drag down App Store rankings and inflate churn, leaving a smaller pool of users who actually stick, with stronger retention and a longer lifetime value. A third objective looks directly at Gen Z, an audience that has grown skeptical of standard sales pitches and predictable CTAs and responds far better to boldness than to polish. The campaign builds a first impression of a brand unafraid to break the norm. And in doing so, Thndr earns a positioning few competitors in this category can claim. The placements deserve their own mention. As summer begins, Thndr's core audience, upper B and A-class investors, relocates to Sahel and Egypt's north coast. And that's exactly where the brand followed, with multiple sites carrying the same message so the audience couldn't miss it wherever they went. We're watching closely for the next rollout. The real test is whether Thndr can convert the curiosity this campaign bought into the traffic and ultimately the trust its funnel actually needs. Check out Monitoring Out of Home, MOO, a specialist media intelligence agency and analysis system active in Cairo and Dubai, to learn more about this campaign.